So I'll just quickly go through our today's agenda, like what we're going to cover in this webinar. I'll introduce with the leaders, the founders of CRM Tiger and Creantis. CRM Tiger is a company from India with customers in more than like 120, 30 countries. And Creantis, a prominent and the very early companies in this space, in enterprise software space in Peru. These companies are represented by Mr. Rahul and Mr. Oscar. They will give their view on the future of CRM. They'll have their own presentations and what are the today's challenge, what's the future, how artificial intelligence and machine learning and other things is being implemented and what's the future. What we can expect as a consumer, as a solution provider, and what we need to focus on for the CRM. And we already have some questions given by a lot of our existing clients and associates. So they'll be answered by Mr. Rahul and Mr. Oscar. And later, anybody has got any questions related to the presentation or the views by our speakers, they can send us a question. So we'll have a Q&A session at the end. So thanks everyone for joining in. And I know like we are from different countries, and it is always a challenge to meet at a point from different time zones. So once again, I thanks everyone to taking the time from your schedule on a weekdays to join the webinar. Let me introduce Mr. Rahul. He's the founder and the CEO of CRM Tiger, the prominent company worldwide in open source solution, CRM solution providing, especially on say very different and niche business segments also. Mr. Rahul has almost like 15 to 20 years in tech space, at least 12 years I know him, providing solutions to the businesses, enterprises, even the corporates, especially in CRM, a very strong forte, highly technical, and we call him a kind of evangelist, CRM evangelist. And is grown from a very small team of like 4-5 people to like 100 plus now. And the recent last couple of years, a very successful product which they're updating very frequently and very actively, that everyone here, I guess, they know about it. That's CRM Tiger mobile app. So we started this app as a it's kind of a give back to the community, and it has received. Mr. Rahul will say more about it. So because I know we know each other since more than a decade each other, and I can speak a lot about it, but it will be better we hear from him. Mr. Oscar is also very closely associated with CRM Tiger. He's a founder of Creantis in Peru, and it's more than 2 decades of rich experience in IT and software, and he has been running his company successfully. He has helped lots of businesses to successfully use technology space, and he's an expert marketer and on internet and software. He's been into like not just CRM but ERP and BI projects, and he's a self-starter, very much goal-oriented, and his specialty is not just into IT but also in sales and marketing. So he knows this subject and the importance of CRM and how the companies and the people can take maximum benefit out of this enterprise softwares. And he's also got a very great hold on open source space, especially in CRM. So let me give it over to Mr. Rahul to start with. Rahul, over to you. Let me make you presenter. So you can continue the presentation from here. Yeah, over to you, Ram.
Okay, thank you, Vishal, for a nice introduction of me. Uh, yeah, so CRM is something like my forte as well as I spent like almost 15 years in this space, and I see CRM is being used by a lot of industries, and I see a lot of customer who are still not using the CRM because there is so and so reason, or might be they are not receiving proper guidance or consulting to use the CRM. But let's discuss about the today's subject. The today's subject is focused on like what will be the features of CRM. Like before decade we just hear the word called CRM, but now everyone knows the word CRM, and CRM is mainly used to manage the customer, right? So it means like you can organize the pool of your customer, engaging them, right? And it will effectively help your company to run a business through the CRM. So here, like a couple of things which I raised is like what company expect from CRM. One is like increase the effectiveness of its customer engagement initiatives. Second one is like improve the customer experience and services. It means like uh, every company wants their customer to be stay with them for more than a decade, and this is one of the reason like customer will get quick and fast response from your company, either it's before they purchase a product or after selling the product to them. It means like post sales support is very important nowadays. It's not like if you sell something to the customer and your task is been finished, customer must require 100% support from you. So CRM is, one of the tools which can be used to manage the customer engagement, starting from generations of the leads till the supporting the customer. And last but not least is like continue operational efficiency. That is the need from the company for the CRM. Now, so how CRM solutions help companies? Just a second. Okay, how CRM solutions help the company? One is like align the sales, marketing, and customer service process with automated engagement with the customers. Second one is like analyze the data to discover opportunity to personalize customer experience. It means like a company has a lot of data. If company is 5 years old, 10 years old, 20 years old, they have a lot of data of the customer on different stages of their business process life cycle. So based on analyzing of this data to find out like which customer is the best, I mean how they can generate the business from the repeat customer, how they can engage with the customer. So that all depends on the data which they have, and that data can be used inside the CRM to uh, personalize the customer experience. Third one is like improve scope of this digital operations. It means like as in today's era, technology is the key to grow your business. It's not something like you can't run your business without technology, but technology is the key tools to run a business nowadays. Either you are running your business through various channels, like you are running a business from WhatsApp, you are running a business from Facebook, you are running a business from Instagram, or any chat applications. Uh, the all the operation, all the connections of your business to this digital tools is very important. Now, the next is like how CRM benefit to the company. As you know, like CRM software can boost sales by 29%. This is one of the research that's been done by some research agency. So I just summarize those things into the slide where CRM software can boost the sales by 29%, productivity by 34%, and forecast accuracy by 42%. It means like CRM become important tools if you manage the CRM effectively, and it means like all the department of the company has to be engaged with the system to make sure we can get the maximum utilization of the CRM system, which will be benefit to the company. 41% increase on revenue, that is the very good number. Third one is like CRM can boost conversion rate by 300%. It means like if you have a leads, or if you have a leads and you want to convert that lead to the customer, if you engage that lead through the CRM, then there may be a chances of the conversation of that leads by 300%, because there is a various stages of the CRM where you can see the 360-degree view of the customer, where what is going on with the customer. If you have a meeting with the customer, CRM can alert you. If you want to see the past history, what has been done with the customer, you can see it from that CRM view. So you can take appropriate decision at right time. And definitely the mobile CRM is the key nowadays. Like 50% of team improve their productivity by using the mobile CRM. Now, let's talk about the difference between today's CRM and the CRM to be, I mean, the expectation of the CRM for the future. So today's CRM, like it's the same flow. If you are going with any kinds of CRM tool, either Salesforce, Microsoft Dynamics, Zoho, or whatever the top-notch CRM in the market, they have 70 to 80% of the similar flow, 20% of the some features like social integration or something, right? So I just summarized the flow of the CRM, where it's been used by every industry. So like, lead management, opportunity management, sales forecasting, marketing automation to send the automated email, SMS, or, WhatsApp line or any chats. Analytics is very important to see like your day-to-day activities reports on your dashboard or something. Mobile CRM, yes, today most of the CRM have the mobile CRM. Then you also have the like campaign management to running the campaign on predefined time to engage with the customer. So those are all the traditional way of the traditional way of using the CRM. These are all the list of the features which has been offered by the CRM. Now let's talk about the engagement of the CRM. So these are all the numbers which tell us like how many users been using the CRM in terms of the gender or in terms of the age. So 28% of millennials, those users who born after 1980 are using the CRM. 18% generation and 90% baby boomer said the point of view. So it means like when generation has been changed, they are keep increasing the use of the CRM. Now, I just list down top CRM features which might be in trends by 2025. So like there are a couple of, the 7 features which I just highlighted, which can be used by the company by 2025. One, and you already know that artificial intelligence would be the future, because everyone wants automation in their system. It doesn't mean it's only for software. If they have any electronics business, if they have any manufacturing business, everywhere AI is involved now, because people don't want the human to do the repeat task. They want machine to do the repeat task. So AI is very important tools to be used with the CRM. And I just envision like by 2025, 30 to 40% of the CRM will going to use the AI powered features like analytics, notifications, chatbot, everything to be powered by AI engine. So it's not required human to manage the CRM system. Second one is the social integration. It means like if you are running a company, you already know that you have a multiple social media account, like either you are using the LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Line, or a lot of other social media to connect your customer, but sometimes you don't have the proper management to integrate all conversation into the one place inside the CRM. It means like it should be a like single channel communications to communicate with your customer. So it means like from CRM you can see all the communication either from Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, or any other place into the one place. Another feature is like you already know that voice assistance is important, like Siri in iPhone and Hey Google in the Google, where you can ask anything to the Google or Siri. It will quickly prompt up the result on your mobile dashboard. Similar thing has to be happen in the CRM by 2025. Another one is like customer experience. So CRM has to be customer savvy. It means like the engagement with the customer will be more important than just the features of the CRM. Another one is like this is a very important thing which I see is like at all the CRM, either you go with the Salesforce, Microsoft Dynamics, or any other CRM has a generic view of the CRM, but some company is running their business on their business process. So the tailor-made CRM for the specific vertical is very important for the company to run their business. It means like by 2025, still people going to use the tailor-made CRM instead of using the top-notch CRM to serve their purpose. And last but not least, uh, AR and VR integration or implementation with the CRM would drastically increase the market share to have the CRM with the AR and VR. That is the very important stuff because people wants to become a more virtual than the real. So AR and VR would be a part of this uh, trends by 25. So this is like 7 trend, which I can say like those will be the trend by 2025. So yeah, Vishal, this is something I just mentioned in my webinar. You can just pass this to the Oscar.
Thanks, Rahul, for the fantastic insights. Yeah, a couple of points I do agree that it's going to get advanced. So all the people who are into service providing, I think they need to upgrade, update, and be prepared for the future, as I said.
Yeah.
It's great, and let's have Oscar to continue with this presentation. And it's going to be great because, again, he's coming from um, the Americas. So we also want to see, because he's in the different markets, it'll be great to see his views. And of course, we want to take advantage of his knowledge. Over to you, Oscar. Thank you.
Good morning, everybody. My country is 8:23. Good afternoon for those who are in other parts of the world. I'm going to present. Let me share my screen. Okay. I'm going to talk about CRM market growth. In this slide, you can see the growth that CRM solutions are going to get until 2027. CRM is one of the fastest growing market in software market, and it is expected to grow from $46 billion in 2020 to $94 billion by 2027. That means a market growth of 11.3% compounded annual growth rate during this forecast period. But other researchers, like Fortune Business Insight, for example, reveals that CRM market is projected to grow to 128 billions in 2028. And that's a huge growth from now to 10 years ahead. This forecast has two components, software and services. So far, software component has dominated the overall market, the overall CRM market share, and it is expected to continue this trend during this forecast period. However, the service component, including implementation, training, consulting services, managed services, is expected to witness a highest growth. This trend is triggered by the COVID-19 impact, by digital transformation, by competition, by the need of the companies to get customer loyalty. Well, in this slide, you can see that there is a CRM stack of different applications. You can see, for example, that you have a customer service application in blue, CRM analytics application in green, Salesforce automation in light blue, customer experience management in kind of brown, marketing automation in gray, and other applications in light blue also. In the next slide, could you please go to next slide, Rahul? In next slide, you can see that a better view of the applications growth. In this slide, you can see that, for example, customer experience management application has a great rate of growth. It is the application that has the largest growth in the CRM market. The second application that has a great growth is CRM analytics. You know, this is in line with the needs of the markets. Okay, let us go to the next slide, please. Okay, this is CRMs are implemented and deployed in three different ways, in three different models: on-premise, cloud, and a hybrid mode. In fact, the deployment in cloud model, it is the biggest trend. It is surpassing any growth rate we can think. There are huge investments on cloud, on CRM implemented on cloud, and but also there is a huge investment also on-premise CRMs. Most people think that the only way to implement CRM is on cloud, but on-premise has also an important share, a market share in CRM market. And that is because on-premise is demanded by companies that has certain conditions, personalized CRMs, or they take care of the privacy of the data and so on. So this is you can see here in that there is a growth from cloud models almost by 220% from 2019 to 2027. And on-premise is also growing by that. On-premise CRMs are also growing in a similar rate.
Good.
Could you please go to the next slide? Regarding the CRM market by organization size, you can see that there are large companies and small, medium business. Future trends of CRM adoption indicate that there is an increased deployment amongst small, medium business in particular. Large companies has a long story of using CRMs. Most of them have very mature CRM implementations. The growth of the usage of the CRM in large companies is driven by large quantities of license fees or subscriptions per company. Large company also demands sophisticated and high-priced technologies like advanced AI and customer intelligence solutions. Also, they demand premium CRM consulting services. While there are a huge number of small medium business that will demand lots of licenses of mainstream CRM solutions mainly. This is another way of presenting the same information, and in this slide shows better the growth of CRM for the SMB market. The growth rate of the usage of CRM in SMB market is around 13.8 compound annual growth rate. Why do small medium business companies are growing? Has this growth rate? This is because they need to identify, prioritize, and minimize business challenges. There are other factors also, like increasing business productivity, innovation in marketing strategies, customer retention. They are also likely to drive growth of the segment. These factors makes the small medium business company can grow fastly. We have another view of the customer of the CRM market by market industry. That's the next slide. Rahul, please. This is the next slide, please. CRM market by industry, right? In this case, there are some industries that uses CRM most than others. The main industries using CRM are banking, financial services and insurance, retail, also both physical retails and electronic commerce, healthcare, IT and telecommunications, manufacturing, government and education are starting to use CRMs, and others. In others, we have, for example, transportations and logistics, energy and utilities, and so on. The banking and financial services and insurance segment is likely to experience exponential growth in the market. They are driven by digital transformation, by innovation, by disrupting the market through fintechs. So they are this segment is witnessing a rapid shift towards digitalization, and thus they require customer-specific software. The services provider, like the IT and telecommunication segment, is also adopting CRM software to manage the huge client base. We have a compounded annual growth rate of 13% from 2021 to 2028 in this segment, in the IT and telecommunications industry. Retail and consumer goods also, and electronic commerce expect to gain significant growth during this period. Healthcare industry also has a 9.1 compound annual growth rate through this period, over this forecast period. This industry works with structured data, unstructured data, and they have there is a trend that in technology that is integrating medical devices to enterprise software, to CRM software. So these trends drive the growth of this segment, the growth of the CRM usage in this segment. Well, could you please go to the next slide? Well, there is another interesting topic here that is future of the CRM demand. We have seen statistics of market growth, but what applications will come to this, will be by to this growth? Here you can see the famous Gartner hype cycle for CRM sales technology. I have highlighted the applications, the specific applications or functions of sales technology that are mature, that are being used right now. That is the white dots that are in the red square on the right of the cycle. You can see that there are, for example, some applications that are maturing right now, like MDN, meaning master database management of customer data. A couple of years ago, there was a lot of hype for these solutions, but they were not mature. Now they are mature and they are going to enter the mainstream phase. But there are other applications that are still on hype. For example, voice-driven sales applications. Many people are asking for this. Many companies are asking for these applications, but they are not mature yet. Okay. Well, also in the B2B space, there are methodologies regarding strategic account management or account-based marketing that there is not mature technology for managing those needs. Companies still manage these processes by hand or in Excel because there is no mature applications. But based on Gartner expectations, these applications will be available in 2 to 5 years. Next slide, please. Same hype cycle, but for digital marketing. Same idea. There are applications that, like mobile marketing analytics, that are mature, social analytics that are mature, but but for example, customer data platforms are still in process of maturing. I have the opportunity to review several customer data platforms applications, and they have different features. They don't have similar features. So based on Gartner's forecast, they will be mature in 2 to 5 years. And next slide, please. A hype cycle for customer service and support technologies. This is the third great process managed by CRMs. We have here, for example, very mature solutions like workforce working on in-house, on home, no, remote technology that is mature, but So in this case, you see that there is there are some solutions that are mature, but there are others that still needs to be developed, that like conversational user interface. Today we talk about chatbots, but chatbots right now are very basic. In the near future, AI technologies will help chatbot to be more intelligent, so they can have better conversational. So we can have better conversational apps in the future. That's based on Gartner predictions. That would be in some 5 years, 5 to 10 years. Well, that's my presentation. I would like to hear your comments or your questions.
Thanks, Oscar. That's real hard to get some data and insights. Thanks, everyone. Even if you have any questions later on, you can get in touch with Rahul or Oscar or CRM Tiger or even any of us, and we'll be happy to assist you.